first live, and I just wanted to come on here quick and just talk to you guys and just get this out the way. I definitely plan on going live a lot. I've been studying Neville for about 13, 15 years, and is he's the number one teacher. And throughout these lives and throughout some more conversations, I'm pretty sure that I'll stress on how important this man has been in my life and his teaching, his philosophies, and how it helped me to just uncover tons of different things. So real quick, one thing I wanted to come on here real quick and just, in our first live is talk about, the awakened imagination, the power of the awakened imagination. And, seeing some of the things that some of us are struggling with, I be in the Reddit forums, I'll be in the comments. I've even had a few comments on my videos where people are saying like, it's so cool. I understand it. We have to imagine, we have to see it within, we have to do these things, but when is it actually going to show, Rob? When is it actually going to come to my reality? When am I going to see it? When am I going to be unburdened by what is in front of me? And, I'm just getting you guys to kind of understand that it's not truly wholly about when is the burden going to be released and when is the reality going to, relinquish or to put you out of your misery, so to speak, because we're supposed to be living through the imagination. And we're supposed to understand that the reality, as Neville Goddard says, though it appears without, is actually coming from within. So from looking from confirmation from your reality is similar to looking in the mirror and expecting that the mirror to smile back before you do. We have to understand that we have to learn how to, I've been saying lately, think backwards or think in reverse. And we have to learn how to think fourth dimensionally. We have to learn how to think imaginational first before we expect anything to come into our reality. And this is where a lot of us are struggling with, to where we haven't truly accepted that everything we see is actually coming from within. So therefore, there is still wrestling. There's still a wrestling when it comes to our external reality, because to some degree, we still feel like that world is operating independent of us. And to some degree, we are really trained to be triggered by this reality, right? And we see these things in our imagination, right? And we're like, yes, but when is it going to mirror in? And the fact that you're questioning, the fact that you still have this doubt, remember, you can't hide from yourself. The outside is truly reflecting the inside. So if you're still trying to, close your eyes, but you're still trying to peep through, that is going to leak through to your reality, and you're going to be triggered. And then you're going to confess with your own mouth, like, hey, this thing isn't here. Rob, I still haven't manifested. And as Neville Goddard said, through your conversation, uh, why are you asking the question in this ways? You should be using revision, and you should be correcting your speech, and then you should be going back into your imaginational mind, right? Because as soon as you can see yourself, even for a split second, holding the thing, that the thing is truly yours, because it's the fourth dimensional mind. It is the unseen mind. I talked about this in one of my shorts, but in the word of senses, everything is the 3D. Everything is external. So the external is being molded by the unseen. What is the unseen? The unseen is really the imaginations in our mind. Like even right now, I can see a scene that I'm in Mexico, in Tulum, and I can kind of see, the entire thing. But am I seeing it with my senses? Am I feeling the wind, with my actual skin? Do I feel the water on my actual feet? Do I feel the sand in between my toes? Like, what is that thing? What is the thing that can take something that is unseen and it can give me all the sensations as if I'm feeling it right now? And this is what Neville Goddard is telling us. This is the real substance of life. This is the real stuff. And these are the moments. These are the energies. These are the moods that you allow to possess you as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, as you go through the furnaces of afflictions of reality, as Neville, Goddard always talked about. These are the imaginals that you have to train yourself to look for. You have to train yourself backwards to think imaginational first, and then reality. You can look at times for confirmation, but you really don't want to allow reality to be a confirmation, because it really is the house of horrors. It really is the house of mirrors. This is why Neville always tells you, to close your eyes to this world and go into your true world, because that world is the actual world where true power lies. And the only way that I can explain, to really how to get yourself unaddicted from reality, you have to numb yourself. You have to train your nervous system that these things are true. You have to train yourself to really believe that everything that you see, though it appears without, is really coming from within. And you have to, listen to different YouTubes. You have to say certain affirmations. You have to keep conditioning through a mental diet, your nervous system. And trust me, with enough repetition, Neville Goddard says, how many times must you do it? He always say 70 times 7, something like that. You have to just keep on going until, because you are trying to persevere persevere in this mentality. You are trying to persevere into this vision. So you cannot count the cost, especially if you're bringing a mood that is over there because you think that this certain manifestation is going to, once it falls into your life, that it's going to bring a mood onto you. We can go into any state, we can have any mood at any time, right? Allow yourself the pleasure of feeling that mood now. Do not think that it's just hocus pocus. Do not think that is futile when you are playing with these moods and you are going to different conscious states and you're allowing yourself to embody and entangle. Remember quantum entanglement. There has to be some sort of observation. There has to be some sort of mental entanglement, mental entwinement if you want to really get into these realities. You have to power them. You have to really allow your resonance and you have to allow your frequency to entangle with these alternate realities of yourself and different self-conception of self, and allow your nervous system, your entire inside self to rest there. So no matter what is going on you in this world, you're literally walking around in a fog. You're literally in a good way. You're literally walking around in a daydream. So, these are certain things that, what I'd call, Neville Goddard has the law of identical harvest. He has the law of assumption. And I've been calling something just the law of rehearsal, right? Just like an actor, when he gets the role, he might sign on a signing die. This might have been a struggling actor. Finally, he had this big role as a successful man or as a millionaire. He might go back to a small, tiny apartment. So do you think that he has to wait on set until he's able to get into character? No. If he really wants this role and all the big opportunities, he better learn how to get into set in whatever condition that he's in. Whether he has rich clothes, poor clothes, middleman clothes, it doesn't matter. He has to learn how to get into this state, and it's going to require him to use his imagination and his whole body. He doesn't just, I love state akin to sleeps, but let's get used to using our whole body and moving ourselves and acting out the scenes as if we were acting preparing for the role. I love to do that. Bring in a friend if you do have one that learns Neville. And if you don't, hey, hit me up and we can role play and actually act it out while you're awake. So you're training your nervous system not only in state akin to sleep, but then you actually get up and you're rehearsing the part, and you are slowly, just like the actor does, slowly by doing a deep type of method acting on yourself. You start to slowly convince yourself that you are that person. You're starting to journal. You're starting to do different things that allow you to condition the subconscious mind. And for a moment of time, especially when you're journaling, you're dream journaling, and you're writing as if it can take your mind just like a beautiful novel off of this place. Even if you did for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, these are still wise investments. And then you get to take these investments at night into your sleep, which then thus gets programmed all night to confront you the next day. So we have to really get out of the idea of reality is causality, because it is the effect, it is the scene, it is something that it's the echo, it is the shadow. And we have to get it's like a muscle. The more you turn towards your true self, your true God, your true imaginational power, it'll start to get stronger and it'll start to overwhelm. And you'll start to, even while things are happening to you, your brain is refragmenting and reshuffling your perception and your beliefs and your ideologies right in front of you. And it's reshaping your relationship to the world, and it's using people, places, and things and all type of bridges of incidents and synchronicities to lock this into place to confirm. But we do not wait for the outside to confirm. Even when the outside is not confirming, we work on our state of being, we work of our consciousness, and we work on where are we living inside of our mind, inside of ourselves. So that's all I have for today. I just wanted to go here live and just really talk to you guys about having an awakened imagination, and how to, take a place that is here and bring it there, and to numb yourself from reality. Numb yourself from the things that you've seen in your world, because we've been trained and we are addicted to the things that we see. And we need to be more addicted to thinking backwards. To understand, we have to think fourth dimensionally. We have to think imaginationally. We have to live in a sort of living, walking daydream. Become the actor. Start method acting the person that you want to be. Start rehearsing your lines, not only in state akin to sleep. Get up and physically act it out. Get up and rehearse your lines over and over and over again, so you can condition your subconscious to become this character and self-identify with yourself in a new way. And then you'll watch your world to slowly start to reshape itself in an entirely new fashion. And it'll come so naturally, as Neville Goddard said, so effortlessly that you will swore that it would happen either way. So just wanted to come here with that quick video. Hope you guys appreciate that. And there'll be many more. So see you guys on the next one. Peace.